We are under the bright lights tonight as MLB Network welcomes you to this presentation of Major League Baseball. It's Game 1 of the World Series between the Cleveland Indians and the New York Mets. It's the Fall Classic, Game 1 of the World Series. Next. Noah Syndergaard gets the call on the mound here at home for Game 1 of the World Series. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, you don't see a lot of guys that have 5 pitches, right? Sometimes it's hard to master even 2 or 3. But if you can master 5 like he has, he'll be in pretty good shape.
Drawing closer to the start of Game 1, let's join public address announcer Alex Miniak.
And now, your 2020 New York Mets.
Now a moment here for the Indians starting lineup. Danny, any thoughts?
Well, I'm going to have to keep a close eye on Tyler Naquin. He's an imposing figure with a bat in his hands. Always seems to turn in a good at-bat, and he can do a lot of damage when he barrels up the ball.
Noah Syndergaard gets the call on the mound here at home for Game 1 of the World Series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, when you think of the power arms in baseball, this is the first guy you think of. Noah Syndergaard, big, strong guy, throws 89 to 93 mile an hour sliders. That's right, sliders. His fastball, anywhere from 97 to 101 miles an hour. Power fastball, power slider, and a terrific changeup. One of the best pitchers in the game of baseball.
Here's the defensive alignment for the New York Metropolitans. And we get to watch one of the best right fielders in the game today. He brought home gold last year. We know a right fielder profiles as a huge offensive producer, but this guy...
Coming to the plate now, Alfredo Martinez. He'll swing it from the left side right here.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
The first pitch is hit pretty well out to right. Zimmer racing back.
Gone. Big dog's gotta eat.
A solo shot here to straightaway right field. His first homer here in the series, and the Mets have taken a 3-0 lead.
Hey, listen, there's an old adage in baseball that solo home runs won't kill you. This is one of the top hitters in that lineup. So a home run, a solo home run right here is not the end of the world.
Three. That hit him. He's got first. Out.
Ready now, Alfredo Martinez, and he's about as dangerous as they come. Without a doubt, he's one of the true icons in the sport today. Here's the first pitch to him. High and deep down the left field line. And that will end up a foul ball. The windup and the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. And he gets around on one and hits it high and deep to straightaway right.
Gone. Big dog's gotta eat.
A solo shot here to straightaway right field. His second home run of the game, and it gives the Mets a 4-2 lead.
That's one of those pitches you wish you could take back as soon as it leaves your hand. But guess what? There are no delete or rewind buttons in baseball. That's a mistake.
4-4. Take the base. Take out. 3. Out. 3. Out. You're out. 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 3. Out. 3.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the
Alfredo Martinez will stand in looking for home run number 3 as we take you back to inning number 4. And this was his second home run of the game as he's been dialed in so far in this one. First pitch coming. Here it is. Shot toward right center. And there's a base hit, so a chance for some insurance here to start out the home half of the 7th. And he will make it up to second as he advances on the throwing miscue. My goodness.
When you're leading by 1 run, you want to do everything you can to add to the lead and give your bullpen a little breathing room. It makes a big difference, so double here goes a long way towards making that a real possibility.
now batting, the catcher, Evan
Gaddis now standing in as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Now a spin and a throwback to second and a dive, but he's back in. Good lead there at second. Here's the pitch. Pitch outside. The throw. He's in there easily as the throw bounces on the way down.
And to me, they just can't let guys get lead like that, especially knowing that the guy behind the plate isn't known for his arm. Here he swipes third, and they just kind of gave it to him.
From the belt, the pitch. 2-1. Grimm, who appropriately gets the nickname Reaper. He was a 5th-round pick back in the 2010 first-year player draft.
Hey, nothing has been handed to this guy. Drafted in the middle rounds, and he has found his way in the big leagues. This has turned out to be a really nice pick.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Full count now, 3-2.
Time to focus here. This game is way too close to be walking, guys, so we'll see if he can make him swing the bat on this next pitch.
Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out.
Classic slider down and away for the strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say about that pitch that hasn't been said a million times already. That's just a real tough pitch for a hitter to pick up out of a pitcher's hand, so they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
now batting, first baseman, Dominic.
Into the box now, Dominic Smith, as he'll take a look at ball 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner.
Gone. Big Dog's gotta eat.
The long ball is playing in this one. That was the 4th blast of the game so far for this lineup. Dan Dero, what are your thoughts on what they're doing?
He's out. 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 You're out. He's out. Out. 3. Out. That's ball 4. 3. Out.
And here now is Wilmer Defoe. He came across to score after doubling in his last at-bat. A sold-out crowd of 41,800 get to their feet now in Flushing. Swinging a soft liner. Well, this one is gloved for the out, and a big sigh of relief here as this ball game is over.
Hey, it always feels good to win a baseball game, but when you can win one at home in front of your home crowd, all those fans cheering, this is a good win for this team.
Before we take our leave, time for a look at our final line score here in what turned out to be a close 2-run victory. And fellas, when you're on the big stage here at the World Series, you want to make sure you bring the A game, and this man right here certainly did. He's our top player of the game.
And Matty, I think you're absolutely right. Some guys just seem to thrive under the bright lights of the World Series while other guys fade into the background. He was brilliant in this one, and this is some well-earned recognition.
A 6-4 finish in tonight's affair. The Metropolitans win the World Series opener and take a 1-0 lead. Noah Syndergaard earns the victory on the mound. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney down on the field, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. Thanks for watching MLB Network.
The final line score for our ball game.
It figures to be a wet one, but we'll have baseball for you on MLB Network nonetheless. Game 2 of the World Series between the Cleveland Indians and the New York Mets. It's Game 2 of the World Series. Next. Jacob deGrom will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Jacob deGrom is just a solid pitcher. He's not overpowering in any sense with any of his 3 pitches. Good sinking fastball, 93 to 96, great slider, and a really good changeup. What makes him so good? He'll throw all 3 of his pitches.
Getting close to first pitch here. Let's listen in to public address announcer Alex Miniak.
And now, your 2020 New York Mets.
Now a moment here for the Indians starting lineup. Dan Plesac, who are you focused on?
Well, I'm going to have to keep a close eye on Tyler Naquin. You can bet the opposition spent a decent amount of time crafting a game plan to stop this guy, because as he goes, so goes the team. You stop him, you've got a chance to win. You don't, you're probably going to lose.
Jacob deGrom is on the mound for Game 2. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, this guy has really good stuff. And when he's commanding his off-speed pitches like he was in his last one, he threw the ball really well, picking up the win and allowing only 2 runs. If he brings that stuff back in this one, it could be back-to-back powerhouse performances.
Okay, here's how the Mets are lining up defensively. And guys, the thing I want you to take a look at today is in today's game, the new age, everyone wants to move around. This manager does not like to shift a lot. Maybe a step to your right or left, but there's a lot of trust that the pitchers are going to execute. So let's see how it works out for them in this one.
Batting sixth, the third baseman, Alfredo Martinez.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Line to the right side. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Hey guys, that's an excellent job right there. That's a back foot slider. Usually those are kryptonite for most batters, and he's able to fight it off, keep his hands inside the baseball, and deliver a base hit.
So it's a runner at first with two gone. And here's a man who's never worn batting gloves, Evan Gattis. From the stretch, here's the pitch. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball one. Really starting to pour now, and the forecast is not showing any signs of a break in the weather.
Total agreement, Matt, in particular that pitcher's mound. You know, one of the things you have to really be careful, not just for the position players, but that mound gets awfully slippery and awfully wet when it becomes moist like it is right now. So the umpires are going to have to really pay attention to the conditions on the field.
He broke out the slide step there, Danny.
Yeah, he's clearly thinking about the steal right here. Didn't happen, but the cat-mouse game continues on.
Runners on the move for second. A pitch out. The throw. And they still don't get him as he's in safely at second with a stolen base. Certainly a very close play at second on that bag, so let's analyze it with show track. We all know he's got plus speed on his side, and you really see it represented in the top speed. That really made the difference on that one. Three and one. Dominic Smith would be next. Martinez at second with two down. And now the runner's trying for third. Pitch taken for ball four. The throw.
You know, it takes a lot of discipline to watch a pitch like that go by, but on a 3-1 count, he had the luxury of being a little bit more selective up there. Good take and a walk is the result.
Into the box now, Dominic Smith. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Dominic Smith.
First offering on its way. Hit back up the middle. Scooped up, and the two-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Digging in, Alfredo Martinez. He singled his last time up.
Yeah, guys, still the only hit in this game so far. They've been pretty well shut down. Guys on the mound have really much controlled the whole outcome up until this point.
Here's the first pitch to him. This is hit high and deep out to left. Back goes Ozuna. On the warning track, he makes the catch. A little bit over halfway home tonight, bottom of the fifth, as we get a look at our line score to this point. And boy, just one hit for these guys, and they have not swung the bats well. That's putting it mildly.
Play ball. 3. 3. 3. Out. Out. He's out. 3. That's ball 4.
At the plate, Alfredo Martinez. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Popped up. Ramirez is under it. And that ends the inning. Mets played a run on a couple of hits. We'll go to the seventh now in game 2. The Indians on top 4-1.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
Digging in the switch hitter, Alfredo Martinez. He's the one to start things off with his guys in danger of seeing this series leveled at a game apiece, barring a ninth inning rally. First pitch of the at-bat. And he turns this one around high and deep to center field. Naquin ranging back. He tracks it down. A nice running play, and there's one away.
This guy's not wasting any time. Anytime you can win a game, let alone on the road, you have to feel really good about yourself. It's not easy going into that other team's ballpark and coming out with a win, but they did just that.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. And fellas, when you're on the big stage here at the World Series, you want to make sure you bring the A game, and this man right here certainly did. He's our top player of the game.
And Matty, I think you're absolutely right. Some guys just seem to thrive under the bright lights of the World Series while other guys fade into the background. He was brilliant in this one, and this is some well-earned recognition.
Tonight,